You think you're ready for Moldavite, unsure of the power it holds, thinking it'll transform you, or at least that's what you've been told. You see, there's no such thing as coincidences. I hope you're prepared for it all. It was you who sent out the signal, and now I'm answering the call. Are you ready? It's time for you to step up. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tammy Doe, and today's video, before we even get started, just know that here at the Light Goddesses, we don't play in the realm of 3D, right? We're going to play in the realm of, there's no such thing as coincidences, in the realm of the supernatural, the energy. So, if you're here, consider that your soul is being pulled here. Moldavite is in your field. I am in your field. So there's something here for you to get. So tune in. If the message resonates, great. If not, then that's okay too, right? Those who are able to get through this message, so here's the message for you. As you know, I am working a lot. If you follow my journey, and it's really important for those who are tuning in who don't know about what I've been doing this last 3 months, right? Go back and tune in. So basically, when I started this whole awakening journey, I got the vision of Moldavite. And now I'm looking back, it's like, oh my, I just gridded half the U.S., right? I've done intense cutting cords, like training programs this last year. And the energy of the Moldavite is like taking over in a way, right? Because at that point, I wasn't sure how to master my own energy. But I noticed, now piecing on the things together is like, wow, it's leading us to something, right? Something's trying to happen, and they're just looking for clear vessels to help do the work. It makes so much sense now. So, with that being said, the last 3 months, now looking back, I have Mount Shasta is probably the most powerful set of stones. Only got 33 activated, and 13 of them I'm saving for the grid. So there's about 17 out there, and there's 3 left. So anyone that possesses a Mount Shasta stone, you guys are grid points to anchor in the energy from Mount Shasta. So if you don't know much about this mountain, it's in California. It is the root chakra of the earth. So that's where the cosmic energy, the cosmic light comes through Mount Shasta. That's the main entry point. So when I first started the journey, I just knew to take the stones there. I've never heard of this mountain. But when you're in the surrender state, right? During the whole program, I just learned to just surrender. Trust the intuition, trust the intuition, trust the intuition. And the intuition has got me half the US in 3 months. Like, it was intense, right? The energy is urgent in a way. I feel like now tuning in the body, I'm able to uncollapse what's my energy and what's the energy that's coming through that's trying to get through. So one, I've set aside, I don't feel like this is an ego death anymore. I feel like the collective needs some help, needs some assistance right now. So it's really important that we really step up. And if you have a Moldavite, great, just make sure it's a real one, right? If you want to learn fake real ones, go research on your own, or you can go through my Goddess Academy, right? Lately, I've been tuning in, channeling information for the course, breaking down into smaller chunks so that people can go through this process. So the message of the Moldavite lately has been all right, You got to step up, right? If you want to shift the energy of the collective right now, a lot of you guys are getting awakened right now to really step into your purpose. So it's really, really important that you know how to cut your cords. Like, let it go. If you want to ascend with your body, you've got to learn to cut the cords. And if you want to heal your family, your lineage, you've got to do your own work to heal yourself so that you go out there. All you really need is to be. Like, your being, right? Once you're a clear channel, a clear vessel, you're just anchoring in light. People would heal just being in your presence. That's what it is. So as you cut these cords, your energy field expands till one day you're going to realize, like, oh my gosh, I'm infinite. All these judgment, point of views, truths, and conclusions, all these limitations really cause us to be small to a point where we just feel alone. So once you're here, consider why you are seeking Moldavite. That's number one, right? What is your purpose for getting Moldavite? Is it because stuff is going in your life that you're resigned about? You're like kind of had it, your breaking point. Like, I'm done. I don't know what else to do. Like, give me an answer. Give me some guidance. Give me a sign. Well, if you're here, consider this as a sign. Next, right? If you're going to be intentional, looking for your purpose, be a clear vessel, if you're going to take on this call, then just know that we are being guided by these energies through the Moldavite. You don't have to have one of my Moldavites to be part of the academy, and it's for men and women, anybody who seeks guidance, wanting to go through the academy, right? I've broken down my coaching program into smaller chunks so that people can kind of learn along the way without me putting all my energy and effort into personally one-on-one coaching. So that is one alternative for those who are really seeking and just really getting pulled. Something with Moldavite, like you're not really sure how to put the pieces together, then just go through the academy. Trust the process. Tune in with the intuition and just trust it. It doesn't matter what the academy has, right? Just the moment that you enter the academy, just know whatever shows up is meant to be your field. So if you're going to play in my field, and if you're going to follow my guidance, then you got to surrender and step into this energy of trust, because we're being guided to help with this ascension. So it doesn't take much to see, like, some stuff is about to hit the fan very soon by the end of the year. So it's really important now that those who haven't got a Moldavite yet, my suppliers are like getting exhausted of the inventory. So a lot of people are getting pulled to their stone right now. So they're waking up, right? And a lot of you are seeking guidance on how to work with this stone. I mean, imagine you getting like the best iPhone, the most technological computer, and then you don't know how to use it, right? It's no different from a rock. So same thing with Moldavite. It's no different from any other stone, except it's really powerful. So unless you learn how to master this energy and use it to your advantage, then it's probably going to consume you and give you this rude awakening, basically. Literally, the past two years with the stone, I went through like 7 rock bottoms phases. I'm like, wow, this is like intense stuff. But I had the teacher, I had my coaching program, I had my community, my group, to really tell me that it was okay. It's part of the learning process. It's part of growing and expanding. But if I were to bring that to my 3D financial advising world, they're like, have you talked to a therapist? Are you bipolar? Maybe you need to go to like a psychiatry place, right? The majority of collective are so blinded by this veil. It's insane. Going from a financial advising background of 7 years to, wow, I am tuning into ascended masters. I feel entities. I know how to clear them. I know how to cut these cords. Like, what is happening? So all that spell was for those who are still on the fence about crystal energy, right? I just got to make it quick, right? I can't keep explaining myself through these videos because we're losing a lot of time by me not really focusing, generating more energy to teach people, like to get this message out, right? You can find all this stuff for free on YouTube. Do your own research. You can find it for free. But here, if you want to play in my field, if you want to tune in with Moldavite, if you want to get guided, then go through Academy, trust and surrender. More course will unfold along the way. Right now, this is just a beginning course. There's an activation video in there. It's really important. If you have your Moldavite, activate it. You will feel such a difference doing it. It's in the Academy. So just trust, right? Because, right, you got to start stepping into trust and surrender and not be consumed by your fear. Because old me would never, like, even consider spending that much money or like on a coaching program. Like literally when I came back from Vietnam, I didn't have a car and I depleted my savings, and I got a little bit of investment, and I signed up for like a $13,000 coaching program. And at that point, I was in a phase where like I'm stuck, right? Like I left financial advising. Now I'm making handmade rocks. Like what am I doing? Like those come up all the time. Like what am I doing? Is this real? Like how am I going to sustain myself doing this? And I had those doubts come up several times along the journey. But every time I start doubting myself, like insane synchronicity happen, where I get helped by spirit guides, angels, ascended masters. I mean, they're there. They're like helping us without us subconsciously knowing it. But I mean, in a way, if you know how to summon them, call on them, they're here to help. So, with that being said, if you're here, you have a Moldavite. Some good retailers would be Moldavite Family or Inner Vision Crystals. I've got inventory from them before. Like right now, you can't just focus on cheap. If you want cheap, you may end up with a fake Moldavite. I went to the Denver Gem Show last month, and I was kind of upset when I saw a vendor in a main location center, right, selling fake Moldavites. Like a legitimate booth selling fake Moldavites for like 200 something.
How much is this piece?
Have to weigh it out for you. This guy is
$289. Yeah. Okay. That's okay. Thank you.
So, they're there. The vendor probably knows if they're charging that much, right? So it's very easy for you to like want to get pulled to Moldavite, but then you just, because the mentality of, I can't afford it, it's scarcity, like you gotta learn how to step out of it. Until you break free from that limitation, it's gonna consume you. So you can go free, cheap, you can go that route, or you can just trust. Get one through me, Moldavite Family, Inner Vision. Those are the three I can speak on it because I got it from them. So with the ones that I have, these have been guided to bring to the vortex to activate. So it has the energy of whatever energy that went through as I open these crystal grids. So take it as it is. There's 25 left if you feel called for one of my stones. We're connected to the grid. So if you have one of these ones from either from Mount Shasta or Joshua Tree in the Garden of the Gods, just know that you are one of the grid points, and you've been strategically chosen on a soul level to be the one holding this point for the grid, just FYI. So there's 25 left. There's 25 of you watching this video that are being called to accept this calling to help connect this grid and to bring the energy of Earth's grid up, right? Especially the U.S. And we got to do it soon, and we got to start learning cut these cords. If you want to ascend with your body, because Mother Earth is going to ascend with or without you, right? We're literally like fleas on the back of an animal, like a dog, right? Literally. Mother Earth is ascending with or without us. So right now, it's really important for a lot of us to do the shadow work, cut these cords. It's not just these energetic cords, right? Because when you are intimate with someone, you open up these connections, you have a cord attached. And then it not only ends there, it goes to past lifetimes, past vows. Imagine like, I promise to be this with this person for all eternity. Well, guess who you're connected to for all eternity. Yep, gotta learn how to cut those cords. I'll teach them in the academy as the information of the course gets channeled through. But right now, in the beginning, I teach how to find your Moldavite, how to tune in and find the one that calls for you, right? Step by step, how to ground, broken down so that you can just go through this process. Just trust the process and surrender. Trust your intuition and surrender, okay? So that's it. That's the message. I don't have much to explain to you guys. If you guys are here, most likely you've been following my channel, my journey. So you keep being in my field, right? I'm in your field. Moldavite's in your field. So consider one of the activated ones. And there's a bundle if you do like the course or some package in there. So check it out. I've been called to whatever message is wanting to come through to help do with this ascension, basically. So that being said, there's 25 activated Moldavites left from Garden of the Gods. These have the energies of the god and goddesses channeled through the flower of life. If you want to watch that video, Garden of the Gods is in my playlist. So if you resonate with this transmission and you're like on the fence about, you know, should you get a Moldavite from me? I mean, there's no should, right? You don't have to do anything. Everyone has free will. So if you want to be part of this grid and you feel called and intuition says yes, then consider stepping into this next evolution of you and shifting the way you view money and realize like, wow, am I going to keep choosing for myself of free, right? Doing stuff for free for others. I mean, it's how we view ourselves. If we keep going for free, which is nothing wrong with free. And I got so much training and coaching around this because I always feel bad. I really, really feel bad. And I would just give people stuff or do stuff for them without charging them or like for my service. They're like, well, I feel bad. They deserve it more than I do, right? That mentality was so hard for me to break through. And it wasn't just like stuff I could like develop and program in this lifetime, but it goes back to my lineage. We're talking about it's the whole entire Asian women and just how the energy consumed in that country. So my purpose here is to train those who wants to step into this calling to be part of the grid, or those who have a Moldavite who are still trying to figure out how to use your stone. You'll know when you see your stone, right? It's not just like, it's a knowing. Not only that you know internally, but your body is resonating something on a deeper level that you may not be aware, be able to tune in to feel yet. You know, just a Moldavite. Get one from a Moldavite family, Intervisions, they're getting exhausted with their suppliers and all these mines are starting to shut down. So the ascension is happening very quickly. So we're being called. So once I get these 25 out, then it gives me more room in my energetic field to take on more Moldavites and go activate at a different location. So I'm thinking Mount Zion as the next one. Hopefully before like it starts snowing. Man, I'm not used to the cold, and this is like, I don't know. It's interesting. It's yeah. So Mount Zion is where I'm guided to go next with a new set of Moldavites. So 25 left. You guys are gonna be grid points for Garden of the Gods, and connected to Joshua Tree. I buried one at Joshua Tree, and I buried one at Garden of the Gods. So you guys are gonna be grid points for that. For those who have the Mount Shasta stones, you guys would be gridded for the grid points for the Mount anchor and energies from Mount Shasta. So that's what's being called right now. We're building this grid. I'm not able to go through all the US yet. Not before the snow, like heading down Oh man, I don't know how I feel about snow. So that's what I've gotten so far from here, right? So as I get more of these messages comes through, I'm going to share it. So if you feel called, if you already followed my journey, you saw your stone already, like you already know, then I invite you to step in and trust. You don't have to know what happens so far ahead. There's only really one next step in the aligned actions. And when you do that, you start stepping into this new version of yourself as you're adapting to Moldavite's energy, right? It's taking, the more you cut these cords, the more you can adjust to Moldavite's higher frequency, and then it'll help you to ascend with your body to higher levels of energy. The other Bible talks about the ascension, the D-Day, and I mean, pulled towards the Bible when I first started the journey, and then the Law of One talks about it. Laura's Canon talks about this ascension. So I start connecting all the pieces. I feel like it's this year. So if you want to step up, be the lead, and light the way, teach more people about Moldavite, just know a lot of people are seeking guidance now. But first, you really got to learn how to heal yourself, right? And I will teach you everything I learned through all these years of training, all the tools there. All these are just tools I'm going to give you. Use whatever resonates. There's some I use more than others. But now we're going to talk about like cutting cords, clearing past life vows and contracts, telling these entities to go away, right? Because they mess with you. And I got so annoyed, right? Because the more you open your field, the more they're going to be drawn towards your light. And some is seeking for help, and some are just like wanting to mess with you. Or some has ill intentions, right? And you just never know what kind of, dark energies people are putting on you. And there's ways for you to protect yourself, and they call it ascended masters. And different stones and crystals to protect your field. But as we are stepping into the end of the year, the last quarter, there's a lot of lost souls out there. So yeah, it's going to get pretty intense by the end of the year. And with the elections coming up, dense energy, we got to start shifting that energy, right? So first, it's just clearing yourself, cutting these cords, and anchoring in the light. But that's all the message. If you want to learn more about Moldavite, go look at all my videos. I teach as much as I can in there. Just sort through it, or you can choose ease and go through Academy, and I'll teach you step by step. Other than that, that's it. The Academy will launch. I'll put the date in the next few days. So there's early bird right now. So go check it out, and then I'll tune in with you guys later. Tammy Doe, signing off. Hey! Have you made it to 5P yet? Come on, we're waiting for you. It's go time. Let's go.